Hi guys, it's Alicia Renee and I'm back to do a video. This video is going to be on foundation and I'm going to call it Foundation and Ethnic Approach. Um, Regardless of how long you've been wearing makeup, one of the most common things that I constantly hear is selecting the right foundation. Oftentimes the color that you pick out will either be too light or be too dark. In the ethnic woman's case, it'll make you look ashy if it's too light, and then if it's too dark, you'll look too dark and you'll have a starch line um, here on your jawline going to your neck. So I have, I typically tend to use more economical things. You can go to a makeup counter by all means and purchase something that way. But the majority of us right now are in a budget crunch. So what we're having to utilize are things that most of the time you're finding at the drugstore. So that is what I will be covering today. I have three different, well, it's four different ones. Okay, I have the regular CoverGirl, which has came out with a CoverGirl clean, a CoverGirl combination, and a CoverGirl normal. Um, I wear, if I can find the right color, I would prefer to wear the CoverGirl clean. And that is because I have extremely sensitive skin. So much so that even 6 Plus, which everyone rants about on YouTube, which I love too, when I spray it on my face, itches. So, I have very sensitive skin. So, this is the CoverGirl Clean that you can get out of the regular drugstore. Okay? This is what most um, Publix, uh, Kmart, Walmart, wherever you go, you're going to see this. It doesn't matter if it is in a more ethnic um, um, demographic neighborhood, they always have this kind. But for more women of color, you need to get into lines that are more specifically geared towards women of color. Another one that you'll always see is this Maybelline Mineral Power, which is another liquid one. It's not the darkest one they have. This is um, dark one, which is not that dark, mind you, that you can pretty much get out of every store. Those are the ones. But the ones more specifically are going to be the CoverGirl Queen collection, or in some cases you can find Iman. Okay, so the CoverGirl Queen collection, it looks like this. It has a purple top. The whole, everything about it is purple. These are the different ones. The eyeshadows as well, they're actually clear. Let me see if I can grab one. The case is clear. This is a CoverGirl Queen Collection color. And the importance of the eyeshadows is that the colors are more pigmented, therefore they show up a lot better on our skin versus the other ones that they have. Some of them work fine, but for the most part you have to either base them or really pack on the color, and most people are afraid to do that. So you might want to think about looking into the CoverGirl Queen collection as far as eyeshadows if you're going the drugstore route. So let me go ahead and jump in really quick. These ones are okay. Alright, if you can find your color. Most of the times, ethnic women, we cannot find our color in just the typical drugstore brand. You might be lucky and find it, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. And with these, they are not full coverage, I have found. Um, they 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 give you an even tone, but if you have blemishes up under, you have to make sure you conceal those first, and then apply the foundation, or however you do it. Some people conceal after, whatever works for you. All right, now the CoverGirl Queen, they have the powder, which looks just like this. They have the liquid foundation, which is this, and then they have a cream to powder um, foundation, which looks like this. Okay, and what I have found, I'm going to compare the Iman cream to powder to this one later. What I have found for me is that I prefer to use the liquid. And that's because I really don't set it. Some people, prefer to set their makeup with the powder. But the powder, I found, like when I hug people, it transfer onto their clothing, and to me, I don't like to do that. It just, I guess from a little girl being in church and seeing all the mothers walking around with the other people foundation on their shoulders or on your lipstick on the face, I just I don't like to do that. So I stick to the liquid. Now, um, again, this one, it gives a little more coverage, but it's not full. What I have found for fuller coverage, you're probably going to need to, go into a department store or look into something like MAC. They have a few darker end colors that you can probably get that'll work pretty good for you. But if you don't have a lot of blemishes, you can get away with using the CoverGirl Queen Collection. The powder is great if you don't want to put on foundation. Like for most part, if I'm just a little bit oily, you can put some on, but I try not to use a lot of it because, like I said, it transfers. And then the CoverGirl cream to powder. What I have found, this one really, really transfers, but it's full coverage. So if you can get your right color and use this and then probably still set it with a translucent powder, you might have a little bit better luck if you don't want to go and buy a full coverage type of makeup. But recently I started using the Iman because I went to Walmart to get my CoverGirl Queen, and they only had one bottle, and I was tired of always having to go way out of my way to try to get a foundation for myself. So I decided to try something else, which was this Iman. This one is a foundation that is cream to powder as well. It has the sponge at the bottom, as most foundations, these type of foundations do. And then it's a cream. The thing I love about this powder is it's not transferring onto anyone else that I'm hugging or running into. It's full coverage. It offers a little more coverage than the Queen Collection without the transfer. And I also love the fact that it has a much wider selection of hues. And unlike when you see like the typical CoverGirl or Maybelline or whatever, their colors are dark 1, dark 2. This is clay, then they have earth. Their names are named a little bit different, and you're not because some people are, when they go get makeup, they get hung up on the fact that I'm dark number 6 or whatever the case might be. No, your earth tone or your clay or whatever. This one is clay number 5. For me, it's a little too light. However, I am going to keep it because we're going into the fall, and I'll brighten up a little bit, and then it will be perfect. But when I get a chance, I'll go back, and I think it's going to be earth number 1 would be the color that I actually need to wear as of right now. But it's great. I really, really, really like this. I didn't get the liquid ones. They do have, I did see liquid foundation. I saw a foundation stick, but I just went with what I was familiar with and what's easiest to toss in my bag if I need to take it, and that was this. So that is a quick, just a general overview of some of the products that you can see. These are the drugstore ones you'll always see. If you're lucky, you can get it, great. Most of us cannot wear it. It's not going to give us as much coverage as we need. The next best alternative for you is going to be a CoverGirl Queen Collection. I highly recommend the liquid form. And then they have the pressed powder, and then they have the cream to powder as well. But if you can get your hands on, you want to try Iman. I can't tell you anything more than that, but just to give it a try. I think this was like 12 bucks, but I've been using it for a week, and I'm barely putting any marks on the top. You don't really need to use a lot, and it blends pretty easily. Even with the sponge, I like to blend with my fingers. Your natural heat makes the makeup respond a little bit differently, but that is my opinion. Always remember that you're going to need to do a good cleaning regimen. When you're using foundation, do not go to sleep with your makeup on. Make sure you take it off, and don't use things that are too abrasive. If you have dry skin, you want to stay away from alcohols or astringents, as they tend to dry your skin out. So yeah, that is my quick spiel about some of the foundations that I have encountered. If you have any specific questions, please don't hesitate to post a comment. I try to respond to all of the ones that I do see posted. But again, find a foundation that works for you. You might not be as sensitive to other products as other people are, or you might be overly sensitive. It's just a matter of preference. So thanks for watching, guys, and color your world with a little more color, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.